Good afternoon, everybody. I'd just like to welcome you along to this webinar on Cisco Spark, sparking your collaboration. This webinar will run for about an hour, probably a bit less than that actually, depending on how many questions we get. Just a few housekeeping. If we have any questions, feel free just to send in the chat window, just as opposed to selecting everybody, just send it to me. I've got that open here, and I'll address any questions as we go, or fill that at the end. I can answer some questions, or we can take this offline and we can have a chat there as well. So first of all, I'd just like to welcome you. My name is Ewan McGregor. I'm the Technical Director at Helios Networks, and today we're going to be talking about Cisco Spark and how it can work with your team members around your business and your organization to actually help you become more granular and work more efficiently and connect the people to everybody. So here's the agenda. We're going to have a looking at a really quick introduction of Cisco Spark, and then we're going to go into as to why you should be looking at Cisco Spark. We're going to be looking at the two packages that are currently available in the UK. There's a third, but I'll touch on that shortly. Messaging and meetings, which is the two packages. We'll have a look at some of the management very quickly, and then we'll move on to how to get started. And then there's time at the end. I'll do a quick demo of what my Spark looks like. So what is Cisco Spark? Cisco Spark is what Cisco is dubbing collaboration as a service, or CaaS, C-A-A-S. You may have heard stuff like infrastructure as a service, IaaS, or software as a service, SaaS. If you use things like Salesforce within your business, or you know, cloud-based accounting like Xero or QuickBooks in the cloud, that's SaaS, that's software. Infrastructure, as the name suggests, it's using, actually providing the actual infrastructure for your servers and stuff in the cloud. Cisco has collaboration as a service, and this collaboration as a service is allowing you as a business to have all these powerful and amazing collaboration utilities that huge organizations have enjoyed for years, but small businesses can now. Have those same opportunities to use these collaboration applications. So Cisco Spark essentially delivers a unified meeting and calling capabilities. The calling capabilities I'll touch on the next slide, but calling is not available in UK yet, and I'll explain why shortly. It's essentially all hosted in what is called the Cisco Collaboration Cloud. Collaboration essentially is a suite of products and solutions that allows employees to engage with stakeholders and to engage with customers, and to have a close-knit relationship using the technology that's available to everybody on any device. That's essentially what collaboration is. And Cisco's Collaboration Cloud, it is fully supported by Cisco, it's looked after by Cisco, it is across the world supported by Cisco in their huge data centers and their huge infrastructure that Cisco operates around the world. And it's sold by Cisco partners, Cisco certified partners like Helios Networks. So Helios Networks will sell the Cisco Spark service. They will support you if you want as well. And Spark provides this anywhere, any device solution from that. I should also mention Helios Networks is fully accredited by Cisco as a cloud platform solutions provider, a Cisco-powered platform solutions provider, as well as being collaboration specialists and certified as a partner to Cisco. This is what I was meaning here, is that there's three packages. These packages come in basically twos just now. Unfortunately, it's not all available in the UK just yet. So in the UK today, you have the message and you have the meeting. The call is available in the US just now. They're rolling that out. That was just announced last December. But the message and the call is in fact, sorry, the message in the meeting is available in the UK right now. The call section of which I'll touch on slightly later is rolling out Q3 of this year is what they've targeted for. And that will bring an entire cloud-based telephone system to you, all from the Cisco cloud, all through Spark. But touching on the message side of things, the message package, sorry, this one here, basically allows either a one-to-one chat within a room or team messaging. And what the example I like to give here is a virtual room, is like a virtual meeting room. You invite all the people that you're having for this meeting, and you share content with each other. You would display the slides, you would show videos, whatever, and then you lock the door, and no one else can get in unless you're invited. Essentially, that you wouldn't come into a meeting unless you're invited to it. These virtual rooms, you can have as many as you like, but and again, we'll go into that in more detail shortly, but it essentially allows you to share content. It's persistent, so that regardless of what device you're on, the chat history is still there. You're still seeing the conversation going regardless of the device you're on. The meeting side of things here is taking it to the next level. So right now you would obviously sit and you would share your content, you would talk about chat about this specific project, but let's take this to the next level and let's bring in video conferencing. Let's be able to meet with people either internally within Spark or meet outside externally with any customers, any stakeholders, suppliers, and that's, for me, the meeting part is actually a really exciting part, and I'll go into a lot more detail on that later. But it's really, really exciting, and I think it's a real differentiator between any other similar service that's out in the market just now, and you'll understand why. The call-based system allows phones, telepresence video systems to be attached to it, and that comes along in the Q3 of this year to the UK and Europe. You'll be able to have an entire cloud-based system in the cloud. So basically, the idea of Spark, when it was announced in March 2015, last year, it allows teams to collaborate from any device, and I mean any device. You've got it on your Mac, a native client on your Apple Macintosh, your OS X systems, your Windows systems, your Android, your iPhone, your iPads, Windows, and regardless of what you see, the platform is the same. The messaging is the same. You can have a conversation, and videos all the same. It's very focused around these apps because that's essentially your window into these meeting rooms. And the experience centers around the secure virtual room, this notion of this, that allows very simple message communications. And what I tend to see is rooms are created based upon a project or an issue or the newest marketing event or an event that you're hosting, something like that. And everyone that's needed to talk about this can come in, and they've got access to the files we've been talking about. You can video call with them, you can talk to them, and that basically brings through the collaboration piece that everyone, regardless of the size of the business, this is focused at small businesses, are able to actually communicate properly and have the information they need when they basically need it. So they go, oh yeah, Jim sent me that marketing PDF with the logos and stuff on it. It'll be in the Spark room. I just need to go and find it. It's dead easy. I can search for it. I can scroll up. I can ask. It's very simple, and it's in this room. You know it'll be in that room. I left this slide in as well because I wanted to see exactly what's coming. Excuse me, from the side of the rooms. So essentially, this device here, I'm going to use my laser pointer this time. This device here is a bring your own TV, as opposed to BYOD or BYOB. You've got bring your own TV. So most conference rooms will have a flat screen TV for connecting, presentation stuff like that. Just mount one of these little guys on top or on the wall or underneath, and you've got a fully fledged video conference system. That's basically, that'll be connected to Spark as well. And then obviously you'll have the actual desk phones themselves. These can have video cameras on the top as well. So regardless of what device you're on, you can call into the meeting, you can have a video call, you can get into a meeting room itself, and you're basically sorted. And that's coming later this year to the UK. The good thing about this is one offer. Cisco have worked very hard to bring down, not bring down, but to make it easier to order these things, both for me, from my perspective, and for the customer to understand. And again, at the end, we'll go into that. But essentially, you've got Message, which is your messaging applications, bringing in some paid features. You've got meetings in there, and obviously call. But these three down the bottom are actually probably the best, I think, best in breed, is the openness of this platform. If you've got developers in-house, or you've got a bespoke system, or even if you're a developer yourself, Spark has open APIs that allow you to interact with the actual rooms and the people in the rooms, from other applications. So the possibilities are endless. And that means if it's centralized within Spark, everyone's going to start using Spark, allowing people to discuss meetings, and there's a couple of good videos out there that Cisco internally, they actually have the ability that if your flight was cancelled or something like that, you would go into this room and you would simply say, my flight was cancelled, can you please help me to rebook this? And obviously Cisco has third-party companies that handle their flights. So basically, the Cisco Spark room will take your information, go off and find the next available agent, and invite into their room. And you've got the communication in the room already. And that's using Spark as a centralized, using these APIs here. The partner services, or the interconnect, is also very clever, bringing the Internet of Things to life, IoT, allowing third parties who already have these in place, allowing you to integrate out the box, like Trello, which is a to-do list application. You've got if this then that allows you to connect to all sorts of different applications. The possibilities are endless. Before you know it, you'll be connecting Spark to your front door, and trust me, that has been done already. And this here as well, the hybrid, is if you're joining a WebEx webinar today because you're interested in Spark, or you're interested in learning more about Spark, but you may already have an investment in Cisco technology. That technology doesn't need to go away. We can integrate with the stuff that you have on premise, and you still get the full benefits from Spark in the cloud. So just to sum up on this wee bit here before we move on to the next point, is obviously it's one experience for everybody. It's a mobile-first cloud service, so it's designed for the mobile devices, and it's based around the Cisco Spark application. It enables users to initiate or participate in any type of meeting or call, all within a common interface. So if you have an iPad, it's going to be the same as, or very similar to an Android, different nuances with the menus and stuff like that, but the way it works is exactly the same, regardless of where you are. Bringing you conferencing, the room and desk devices, and obviously the HD audio and video. So moving on to why Cisco Spark, and it's three main things: simple, secure, and complete. It's a fantastic platform to exactly what businesses want to see. They want, especially small businesses, want it to be simple, it needs to be secure, and it needs to be a complete package, and it needs to grow basically as you grow. It's designed from the ground up within the cloud. It does obviously have the hybrid capabilities of it, but it's simple. It's delivered entirely from the cloud. Each element is designed to ensure the user and the administrators, if you're going to be administrating the experience, is very easy to manage, it's intuitive, and it makes the service easy to use and easy to manage, because that's just what we need. We're trying to get rid of the the time when you walked into a room and you had to figure out which button to push just to start, a video conference. It's easy. You walk into the room and it just works. It's got to be simple. And it's got to be secure. Security is a top priority for the likes of myself and everyone at Helios Networks. Everything we do needs to be secure. And end-to-end security, so if you're in a room and you're talking away, when you're sending those messages, when you're sending those documents, it's encrypted. When it gets to the other end and it's sitting in the cloud, it's encrypted. So basically there's two forms. There's in-flight encryption and then at rest encryption. They're both encrypted. The only people that can access them is you and the people in that room. Cisco cannot, or even ourselves at Helios, we cannot just go, oh, I want to go and see what's in, XYZ Limited's rooms. I cannot do that unless I'm physically invited into the room to see the content. I can't just go and have a wee nosy, and that's key to it. The encryption keys are your encryption keys, not Cisco's and not ours. It's enterprise grade as well, so it's used by the military. It's top stuff. And obviously the hardware and the software is all managed by Cisco. It's all Cisco equipment and stuff, and hardware and software. So it's carrying Cisco's name, obviously. So it is going to be robust, and it essentially gives you complete control over it when it comes to visibility and control. With complete, it needs to be the best, and this is. I personally, from a professional standpoint, I've worked with Cisco, I've worked with Polycom, I've worked with Mitel. I've seen all these different vendors, and they are good. They all have their own goods and they all have their own bad points, but they work. But to be perfectly honest, Cisco have just taken it. They're just better, to be perfectly honest. These guys, or when I say these guys, when I say Cisco is building upon their enterprise level understanding of the market, and they've brought it straight down to the micro enterprises, which is 1 to 10, and then the small businesses, which is 11 to 250. And because it's all hosted by Cisco, they're always up to date and they're always leading applications. And it's just, you can work from anywhere essentially, and that's what Cisco want to do. They want to put video and the collaboration into the hands of everybody, and I thoroughly, personally, I don't know how to live without it actually, the video anyway. So I've got two kind of ideas here. I've got employees of 500, and after this I've got 100. But I wanted to see this as what kind of situations, and you might be able to apply this to your own business and say, okay, 500 is a bit big. I think most of the people in this are small businesses, and allows you basically to see it can fit into any size, not just the big guys or the little people. So basically, in this problem here, we've got an outgrowing existing voice solution disjointed communications. So everyone's using different things. The phones are different, as you can see here. We've got Yahoo. I actually didn't realize you were still around. We have no soft clients. There's no video, and they've got, unfortunately, a GoToMeeting. And it's all outsourced as part-time IT. So these guys are struggling. And what does Spark deliver? It brings a modern, unified business solution that will just work with your business. It's one vendor, it's one service. You're supported by us, the partners, and we're backed up by a huge technical assistance center at Cisco, globally around the world. So regardless of what time zone it is or what time it is, I personally, when it comes to we needing support in a very unlikely event, we've got the support of Cisco, and we're building on that expertise. There's no infrastructure for you guys to put into your organization. You always need an internet connection, but apart from that, that sits on the cloud. It's a subscription-based system, so if you need more people, you buy more licenses. When they leave, you lose the licenses, or you drop the licenses, and it's completely seamless. When it comes to the 100 employees, which is again a smaller effort, but it's still quite a large company. What I wanted to show here is these guys have no IT. They're a small, executive team, maybe a managing director, technical director, or an operations director. Right now, everyone brings their own mobiles. They're using maybe WhatsApp or something like that for the messaging. They're using Skype. They're using Google Hangouts. Now, I've seen Google Hangouts recently actually with a customer, and it's brilliant. It's free. You can use it. Google are saying this is part of our Google at Work, Google for Work applications. It's brilliant. It's great, but it doesn't compare to a full video solution from Cisco. Now I can see these guys are using WebEx, so they probably see the difference themselves. It's not high definition. Cisco have technologies to make sure that regardless of speed you're on of connection, you're getting a fantastic experience. Again, similar one vendor, unified experience, and again, it's supported by us. If you want it to be, in fact, it's so easy, you might not even need us to manage your users, just do it yourself. So let's have a look at the benefits of the integrated communications and what we get from that. So from the business point of view, it's focusing on IT resources. The good thing about this technology is when you're in a video call, or if you're on a video conference, it needs to be easy. You need to walk into the room and you just push a button. And as soon as that happens, the technology disappears and you can focus on the meeting. Because if it's a really bad call, or you can't hear people, or no one knows how to join it because it's so complicated, the technology becomes more prevalent to you, and you're like, no, this isn't working. I'm trying to have a meeting here. The technology needs to disappear, and that's where this comes into play. The focus needs to be on the meeting, not the IT. And you'll find that it was an interesting survey that I read recently, was that people, the younger generations, the millennials and the Generation X as they call them, as they're now coming into work full time at university and school, they are wondering, well, I use WhatsApp at home, I use Facebook, I use all these applications. I want to continue using that in work because I know how that helps me communicate and gives me access to information I need. And these people are deciding on how these companies interact and how these companies use this technology in order to make a decision on where they want to work. And the interesting bit was the salary doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter, of course, but it wasn't the top reason for choosing that company. It's because they had the technology, they were able to engage with their colleagues regardless of where they are, and believe it or not, they're able to work wherever they are. Not been stuck in an office all the time. They can work from McDonald's if they wanted, Burger King, Costa. They can work, in the back of a car or something like that. It's entirely up to them where they work, and that's what's changing, as it says here, this company culture. And in the end run, it gets things done quicker, because at the end of the day, we're all in it to make money. We're here to run a business, unless you're a charity. We're here to make money, we're here to work, and we're here to be more competitive. And that's what this allows us to do. It allows you to be more agile and be more competitive and work smarter with your customers. And believe it or not, I've spoken to customers who are looking at using video because none of their competitors are doing it. It gives them that edge, and the customer goes, wait a minute, you guys are using video. It's easier for me to imagine what it's like to do all this. Imagine what it's like, the product you're developing, or I can see you on a weekly basis. But wait a minute, Joe Blogs down the road isn't doing that. So it differentiates you as well. Just to look at this again, the Spark services, obviously a message, the meeting and the call, and they're all kind of sold as that, and it's the best way to do it. So moving on to the messaging part, Cisco Spark Message is designed for teamwork, simple as that. It's not only an enterprise-grade messaging application, but it enables teams to work together. So if that's sharing content or sharing your desktop for a mobile phone, you can view your colleagues' latest and greatest design on your logo or whatever. It's always there and it's always seamless. Doesn't matter what device you're on. Message is a launch point, I think, into these real-time services for voice and video. It essentially allows you to have the control over the rooms. Now, Cisco Spark is free to download. I just tell that right now. You can go and download it right now from the App Store on Apple or the Google Play or the desktop applications I use it. But obviously that lets you try it. It's meant for teams of 2 or 3 people. Even the teams of 2 or 3 people want the advanced features as well, which I'll get to in the next slide in a second. But it allows you to have more tools to manage the users, make sure that they are actually controlled in the way that you want them to based on your IT policy, or just to make it easier to say, look guys, I've sent you an invite, sign up for Cisco Spark. You're controlling them, and I'll show you why in a wee second, the difference between the free and the message, the paid one. Well, in a wee second, I mean at the end when we do the actual demo. This is basically what it looks like. So basically you can bring everything together, as it says here. Start collaborating by simply entering the email address. Dead easy. And you can do that with me. If you want to, you can add my email address and we'll start chatting. You can start working together in each of these different rooms. For example, when I'm working on certain aspects of it or on a new design, I tend to bring in the people into the room and chat with each other, and each project has a room. With the paid version as well, you get access to this Teams, which is launching at the end of May. Teams allows you to basically list the rooms based on the team. So let's say you've got a project management team and you've got an executive team or the director's team. You can basically list all the rooms that they should have access to, and you can join it without being invited. So they don't have to get invited all the time if you wanted to do that. And again, this is obviously coming with the make and receive call side as well. There's actually, I've just gone back. There's actually a video here, which if I can get this to, where's my cursor? No, the link seems to be, my notes here seems to be broken. If I give time, I'll maybe show it at the end. But I'll be showing it in the demo. So basically, being able to work with people, and these are different types of ways you can work from any device. This is an iPhone, obviously they're showing, but it's the same on Android, and iPad, stuff like that. So you can add files. So if you've got stuff stored in your Google Drive, your Dropbox, the box, or just box, or your iCloud Drive, or your OneDrive, share it. You may be working on it on your PC, then you went out, you got the train and you thought, oh, I need to share this, just upload it from there. You can search, so everything is encrypted, but you can still search, because that's key, and I'll show you some search in a while. You need to search. So if you go, oh yeah, Sarah uploaded this presentation, or what was it called? It was marketing presentation, I think. So you type in marketing, I'll just go off and find everything with the term marketing in file names, in messages, in rooms, and it lets you be able to find your information easier and much quicker than you would ever find in an email, that's for sure. If you need to call, if you need to get someone's attention, so again, there can be hundreds of people in a room, and you'll see that shortly. You can do an at mention, which is actually from the IRC days, as I understand it. As you go, at Ewan McGregor, and it'll pop up and give me a notification to say, hey, by the way, I want your attention. Look at this. And obviously, when it comes to you can filter. It really is one place for you to work, because essentially your files, your messages are stored in all the rooms, making it easy to review the history of the previous content. So when necessary, you can delete the files and messages when you don't need them, and you can filter it as well. So this is all the kind of key features inside Spark. Everything you see here, you can do in the free version as well. By the way, this isn't part of the paid stuff. Obviously, accelerate decision making. This is a very Cisco-esque slide here. So this is really showing. So you say, right, okay, we want to look at this. Let's start a meeting. So in the free version, you can have up to 3 people, you and 2 others. On the meeting side of it, you can have 25 people within Spark. You can share your screen, and obviously once you're finished in WebEx, you can keep the ball rolling, as it says, and create a Cisco Spark room, and it goes everywhere with you, which is even better. This is again just touching on the integrations that Cisco has built in. So the native integrations are Instagram, so you can actually get a notification when a hashtag gets posted on Instagram. It can go into the Cisco Spark room. It's good for marketing people like that. GitHub, if you're a developer, you'll know what that is, and it's basically managing all your commits and stuff like that for your code. PagerDuty for your monitoring, and Zendesk, which is what we use. So you can basically start to bring in people for support as well. And of course, if you don't have any of these, you can build your own using IFTTT or Zapier or Built.io. These IFTTT is free, but Zapier and Built.io are chargeable, but it allows you to create your own workflows, and it's all integrated into Spark. And last but not least, you can obviously create your own. There's obviously the developer side of it, and if you want, you can basically just say, I want to just say, all right, okay, let's create an integration into our CRM system. You can do that if you want. This is a key focus. This is a screen that the last one of the message kind of section is we reiterate strongly end-to-end encryption. As it says, encryption in the cloud and in transit media encryption. Everything is encrypted. And that's key and very important for me as well. And even though it's in the cloud, a lot of maybe organizations don't like the cloud, but that seals the deal because it's encrypted. And the only person, as I said, that can see it, people in the room. That is, that you see these things not included in free. That's obviously you can, the encryption is there, everyone has it. There's no point in encrypting the ones that pay for it. That to me defeats the purpose. So it's end-to-end encryption. And it's the same encryption that the MI5 uses GCHQ, and it's there. You know, everything is encrypted. Locking the rooms is handy. Again, this is a paid subscription, basic one, and allows you to lock the room. So if once everyone's come in, you've had a wee conversation, and it's now maybe a confidentiality clause, and you need to lock the room so that no one else can come into it. No one else can invite people into it. You know, you can't accidentally remove people from it. The room's locked, and it basically means that no one can accidentally just invite someone in and joining the meeting, because that information is obviously private. With the IT management side of things, I know it's focused around IT management, but it is essentially the portal. The portal allows you to see what users are enabled for it, see what the adoption rate is, get reports, how often it's been used, how many calls have you made, how people are using the video, and essentially allows you to manage all that through one, console. And there's a picture of that later on. These last two here, user controls and IT management, are part of the message subscription plan. So moving on to meetings, this is my exciting one. I like this one because it's very clever, and I think it opens up a lot of doors for my clients anyway. And it's the one that's actually it's got a lot of interest because being able to have this productivity with all internally, and then let's say, right, okay, now we need to speak to the client. Let's get them in. So basically there's two packages, basic and advanced. Basic gives you instant meetings, which I'll touch on in a second, allowing you to have 25 people inside Spark having a conversation. So 25 video conference call. Having 25 people on a call, I have been in one that has been around about that 20-25 people. It's interesting actually, and it's quite amazing how it keeps up with it, because the technology employed there is pretty impressive. And obviously the voice, video and content sharing is part of the meetings package. The advanced meetings, and I'm going to start at this end here because I want to work back, because this one here is my favourite. Recorded meetings. It's always good. I had a customer who wanted to, who decided they wanted to do their yearly board meetings or their weekly board meetings via Spark and WebEx, and they were fed up taking minutes, so they recorded the meetings. And that was essentially the minutes. I think then someone went along and transcribed them anyway, just for official record, but means someone can come along and say, oh, what did he say again, or what was it we spoke about? You can record meetings, just like I'm doing here just now, so you can watch this later. You also get an always-on personal meeting room. Now, what that essentially is your personal room. It can connect with people. You say, right guys, meet me in my room at 3 o'clock, or let's meet right now. You can come into your virtual meeting room and you can share content, have a video call, etc., etc. And you get that as part of the advanced meetings. And my favourite, which is join from any endpoint, third party. Obviously, this is key, I think, to people that are using Spark and WebEx for external clients, because they might not want to use Spark. They might not be allowed to use Spark, maybe based on the IT policies, but they've got a Polycom system on the internet in the boardroom. Let's use that. And Cisco has developed something called Cloud Meeting, or CMR. It essentially allows you to bring in any third party. So that can be from Link. It can be from Polycom, like I said. It can be from any third party that supports standards-based video conferencing, and you can all have a meeting. And I think that's brilliant. It's really exciting because now you don't have to worry about launching WebEx. You don't have to have a Cisco system. Obviously, you'll have a Cisco system, but your clients don't need to. They just need to click a button and off it goes. And Skype for Business and Link and stuff like that, which a lot of people do have, they can now come in and they can talk to the people on Spark, within WebEx. So very quickly, just running through this. Basic meetings aren't basic, that's for sure. All the meetings within Spark are very simple, and believe it or not, they are pretty amazing. Because video, Cisco are trying to put video everywhere. They want to screen share everything, and it all just works together. So you get instant meetings, as they call it, which is from the Spark room. You can schedule a meeting, which I'll touch on shortly as well, because it's pretty good. You have 25 participants in that meeting. You can have basic. When you say basic, it's actually pretty impressive. Any basic voice, video, and content sharing. You get a full list of participants as well, and who's in that. You can see that everyone like a wee film strip at the bottom, and you can join it from anywhere. Basically, you can join it from a room system when available, because I kind of want one of them, and obviously phones when they're ready as well. Excuse me, as well as the Spark mobile apps. The advanced meetings, which is where everything comes into play, it is the top package, and it hinges on WebEx, just like everything in the background here. You can schedule the meetings, you can have ad hoc meetings, and it can be scheduled within Outlook or Lotus Notes, and you can work on that. The WebEx client is on Android, iOS, BlackBerry, Windows Phone, and it is cross-platform. It truly is on Windows, Mac, Linux, Unix, whatever application you use. But the thing is anyone can join it, up to 200 people. I've never been in a meeting with 200 people. If any of you guys want to run a meeting with 200 people, brilliant. It's usually event center, like this webinar. 200 people will be joining that, but in a meeting, people aren't going to be seen in that anyway. And yes, third parties. This is the most exciting thing, is anyone can join it. So they're sitting on a nice. These guys are sitting on a nice Cisco system. So are these guys on the other end, but you never know. Someone might be on Skype. One of these guys might be on Skype for Business, or someone that's dialing in is coming in Skype for Business. It's brilliant. I thoroughly enjoy it. Just by touching on this, you can obviously, with WebEx, you've got recording the meetings, you can moderate the meetings, you can have your own personal room, etc., etc., and again, on any device. And it all integrates seamlessly with Spark. This is cool. What I tend to find is that when I'm trying to schedule something on the go, like I'm on my mobile phone and someone says to me, can we set up a meeting, please? Yeah, no problem. I have to get back to my desk to send an invite. I can do it from my phone, but it's clunky. I need to make sure I get it right, and I'm not embarrassing myself by inviting the wrong people or whatever, the wrong date, the wrong time. So in the past, it's been a nightmare to try and do it. But what Cisco has done is essentially make it dead easy. All you have to do is, when you're in Outlook, and it says subject line. I think it actually means location as opposed to subject line. You type in @WebEx, and Cisco will know that we're inviting WebEx. Let's create a meeting with the name, the time. We'll send it to everybody. We'll put a password on it if you want it. Here's the information, guys. Right? You don't have to schedule a meeting. Just do it in Outlook. Same with @Spark. If you want to create a Spark room, off it goes. Dead easy to do. And it's very clever how they do that as well. So much easier to do that now, and it just makes it a lot slicker as well. I've left this screen in here. I've left these next 2-3 screens in here because I want to show you when the room system comes to the UK, this is what we're going to get. So essentially, you're going to have this lovely meeting room here, and you're going to have this lovely system, which is going to be mounted on your screen. These systems are ideal for 4 or 5 people in a kind of a breakout room as it is, but they could do bigger rooms. Essentially, this is where the clever stuff. So essentially, this is the room here. You have your meeting. What used to happen when you go into these rooms is you need to find the HDMI. So HDMI 1, TV's on. Where's the VGA cable? Oh, it's HDMI. I need to plug. I need an adapter for this. How does this work? All you have to do now is walk into the room. As you enter the room with the Cisco Spark application open on Android or iOS, all you have to do is walk into the room, and the the room system will say, oh, hello, you're in the same room as me, in this case Adam. Hi Adam, let's start a call. Simple as that. And this now becomes your remote control for this device here. And you can start a meeting. And now you can share, you can make a call, you can have a full meeting just like, you know, in an actual face-to-face meeting. And it's on the same system. And it's very clever. And it's all from the cloud. It's all from the cloud. So how to join Cisco Spark rooms on a meeting, on a room system when they are available. This isn't available in the UK yet, but when it does, you can have this. Dead simple, face-to-face meetings. All you do is walk into a room, and you can have a one-to-one or a multiple group people, and you can see these people are sharing. He's not connected to any VGA cables, HDMI, he's just sharing from his laptop. And then obviously it displays on here with all these different people, and you can just see here, that's a big telepresence room. So they're all connected. You know, let's do this. You know, people can be on an iPhone and they're on the desktop, so it doesn't matter what device you're on, you're going to get a good experience. So for people that are interested in how this is all managed, very easy. In fact, I think there's only one slide on this. There's 2 slides. This is a portal. It's clean, it's very intuitive, it's easy to understand it, and it gives you at a glance reporting exactly as to what's happening. So you can see here in this scenario, 159 calls were made already, 356 conversations, so that's rooms, and there's 160 meg worth of content in all the rooms. Pretty impressive. And you can start to see what people are using the rooms, and you can manage the people in the rooms. You can create licenses, remove licenses, and add room-based telepresence and stuff like that. And this is basically what you'll see here. And you can manage users. So you use 189 active rooms in this scenario here. 2,105 meetings in the last month. That's pretty impressive. 875 calls. That's video calls as well as phone calls in this scenario, and then obviously 45 room systems. Pretty impressive, and it's very, very intuitive. It's clean. It's just what it should be, in my opinion. So we're now coming to the end of this. Getting started it is very easy. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to just pause this ever so slightly, and I'm going to bring up Cisco Spark. He's there. So this is my Cisco Spark here. This is my native desktop client. We are on the full version, so we've got the meeting messaging subscriptions. And the reason being I'm saying this is good to know, because this is different from what you would see usually. You can see 577 here, and you can see all these people that are highlighted in orange. This is one of the features, is it's actually telling me that there's 577 people in this room that are not inside my organization. So that means that I may be talking to a client, and I need to be careful that I don't, you know, accidentally give away trade secrets to the client, or accidentally post, you know, profit margins spreadsheets to this. So on the left-hand side here, I just collapse it so you can see the rooms, important, unread, one-to-one, mentions, calls, and settings. These will all highlight, no one's speaking to me right now. But as it says here, you know, what's important rooms, what have I not read, who's one-to-one, any mentions I've got recently, no one's used my app mentions inside these rooms. I can search as well. All I need to do is type in here. So let's go, I'm just going to type in Spark underscore and inbox. And the reason I'm doing this is you can see, still searching, but you can see just in one of my rooms, there's a document called Spark and Inbox JPEG down here. And I want to try and find something like that. And it's just taking its time. But usually that would then appear and it would say, oh, yep, here's what you were looking for. There's a message apparently. Takes me to the map there. Oh, there's a message there. That's exactly what I'm looking for here. So that's the message talking about this, that's that document, Spark and Inbox, and I can click on that. And I can view this as an image. I can view this image here. I can download it if I want, but right now it's staying in the cloud. And that allows me to find documents. Now that's just searching across all the rooms, it's not just in mine. in this specific room because it's selected, searching across all the rooms. You can search for phrases, people, rooms if you've got so many rooms. But this room here is actually a public room, and it's quite a good example because this has 578 people inside it. And it lets me see who's external to my business. All these people are. There's no one else in this room. And you can see, by the way, these people are all, inside or outside my organization. So be careful what you're putting in here, by the way. And obviously, I can see here recent content. I can scroll up and down. These are the messages. And as I scroll up, it loads more, and I can see that the messages and the content and stuff like that. But if I want to see the content that was recently put in here, for example, let's find, you can put anything as PDF, JPEGs, PNGs, pictures, images, PowerPoint presentations. These are all handled natively inside Spark itself. But if I click on this, I can see the image. And that's obviously, could be anything. So that's basically that there. Left-hand side, all the rooms I'm members of. So I can see that this is my Spark bot. This isn't actually a user in our system, that's why it's saying, by the way, there's someone not in your company. But it is one of our bots for developing with. And there's no content in this, but it's letting me know, by the way, there is one participant inside your organization. So it lets you know that watch what you're saying, basically. So that's Cisco Spark. You can get this on your Android, your iPhone, your iOS, Android. You can get it on Windows Phone 8 and 10, and you can also get it in the web client as well. So heading back to here, I just very quickly, we're actually just coming to the end now. This is the last couple of slides. It's easy as 1, 2, 3, and it really is. So what you do is you select the message and meeting, you select the call, and then you select what phones and stuff like that you want at the end. So if you can ignore the C1 here, and the C2 and the C3, as it stands right now, this is very simple. So you go, right, okay, what do we want for our business? Well, we could probably just use right now, maybe just the M1. We just want three-party video calling, screen sharing, and that'll do us. That's you, right there, M1. That's the free version, actually. So now you've evaluated that and says, right, okay, we've got a couple more people joining us. We want to get serious about this. We want to start managing the devices. We want to start being able to moderate the rooms and stuff like that. We want to get information about what's happening inside the Spark rooms. Let's move to M2. And that gets you up to 25 people with other Spark users. And then again, if you go, no, I think we should probably actually go for the full package, then M3 is for you. It gives you WebEx. It gives you the ability to bring anybody in from any device, and that's M3. The second one would be C1, C2, C3. As I say, these aren't available in the UK yet, but you can see what they'll be when they arrive. You can get the business calling, mobility and voice messaging. I think they're all actually the same. Yeah, they're all exactly the same. So you basically pick C1, C2, C3, and then on top of that, you'd either have M1, M2, or M3. So it just depends on what package you really want. And then if you go, right, step 3, we then want to bring in, again, once available in the UK, we want to bring in endpoints for the room. They're easy to do. We can have audio conferences for part of M3 and M2. And then if you want event and training center, you can have that as well. Just another package as part of the WebEx solution. So that's basically how you bring together the package. It's that simple. Obviously, Helios networks are here to help you pick on the message, the meeting, or the call. That's actually us, believe it or not. We're here to help you decide the best solution for your business. And we'll sit down and we can talk to you about how you want to achieve this. Sometimes the free version might just be ideal for you. That's fine. But keep in mind, you don't get some of the features like being able to add users specifically, control the users, what they see and what they do. You won't get the new features coming out, which is Teams, which allows you to create teams in the list of rooms that they require. If you want to start hosting more people in the room and you want to have a video conference with them, then you'll need to start looking at the subscriptions. Subscriptions, just touch on them slightly. They can be monthly. fact, they are monthly. You can pay them monthly. If you want, you can increase that amount per month, or you can reduce it per month, or you can pay it in lump sum. If you say, no, we're just going to have 6 users, we'll just pay for the full thing over 12 months, or you can have 36 months, 60 months, and so on. That's a very, very high level review of what it is. It's probably a bit more complicated than that, but we give you the opportunity to decide on how you want to work with the subscription plan, and we will always decide what's best on your business situation. So this is an exciting time for this. The video, us at Helios Networks, same as Cisco, we want to give video to everybody. We want you to be able to, as opposed to making a phone call now and speaking to someone, you want to be able to see them as well now. We want to get video, the technology, so that you just walk into a room and it just works. The technology disappears and the meeting is the focus, not the technology. Moving forward, if you have any questions, you can email me directly, which is ewan@heliosnetworks.co.uk. If you want, you can add me, the same email address, into Spark, and we can start a one-to-one. And if you want, we can demo some of the features in there too. Visit the website at heliosnetworks.co.uk, where you'll see all the information and solutions that we can offer, not just in the collaboration space, but obviously with our cloud-based telephony systems and our cloud-based Cisco-powered it's our cloud-based Cisco-powered collaboration solutions, as well as the mobile security, securing your devices and all that solutions that we can offer. If you want to get started right now, go in to pick up your mobile phone into the respective app store. If it's the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, just search for Cisco Spark. You'll find it. If you want to get signed up on your PC first, ciscospark.com, and that'll give you all the information that we're talking about today, and basically allow you to get started. Again, feel free to reach out to me if you've got any questions, and if you've got any, if you'd like to see further information, please reach out to me. And if you've got any inquiries or any questions, feel free to add me on Spark. I'll drop me an email. Once again, thank you very much for attending our webinar today on Cisco Spark. I'd like to thank you for your time, and I hope we can see you again soon. Thanks for attending.